Hello, guys. So, as we know it now, AI is pushing to take over every single thing, but people like me are not panicking much about that, though. Rather, we aim to use AI to help improve our work efficiently. So, I achieved this Cyberpunk feel render in Blender generated by AI. The city street was all HDRI and it was generated in Skybox AI. Honestly, I was amazed at the quality this tool could provide. Very interesting future ahead. Anyway, this was how I set it up in Blender. I first tried to use a half-shaped sphere to get the Tron Sci-Fi car to match the ground of the HDRI. This is what is like on the mesh, so that's the ground side with its reflections and buildings on top. And this is the shader setup. In your own case, you might use the mapping node to reposition or rescale the HDRI, but in my own case, this was okay for the scene. Now, here is the tricky part. Let's move to render viewport with cycles. If you notice here, the lighting is not coming out that well. It's just dim and light bounces are kind of weak here. This is what you might encounter when you want to use this kind of HDRI with this method. That's just the downside of this. So anyway, I had to find another way. It wasn't perfect, but it was what I could try in this situation. When I hide the sphere, the HDRI uploaded in the world environment lights the scene way better, as you can see. Yeah, it's way better like this, but the model is just hanging there. This was what I had to do to make it seem like it's positioned on the ground. I had to cut out the ground area from the half sphere. This will ensure the lights from the tires are reflecting on a surface. Then I started adjusting the Z location on the mapping node. The aim here is to try bringing up the HDRI ground to match my own ground mesh as close as possible. So after some trials, I settled for this setting, but this might be different on your own side. So this is well okay for me. Now I can render it out. But here's the color space I chose to get this result. By default, the image node comes as linear sRGB space, and that's how it looks on linear. But I used Filmic, and also used Filmic with very high contrast in the Cycles color management render setting. And there it is. So this is how Skybox AI is changing scene lighting for us 3D artists. And I feel this will be so helpful, especially if you want a quick but really good lighting setup for your scenes. In times ahead, we will see more on what this AI will offer. I can't even begin to imagine the vast services it could render for environmental creation. But anyway, fingers crossed. I will stop here for now. Till I come again soon, keep nurturing in 3D.